What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover.
All right, chat. Can you hear me if I'm facing this direction? Do I sound clear? I might be a little quiet. Let me turn myself up. There we go. That might be a bit better because my voice is going to be facing away from me this stream. I honestly could not give a single fuck about the Lolcow stuff, but this is my job, so you know, I'm here. I'm here covering it. Oh, wrong stream. There we go. Let's fix that. I am bored of this drama, so I am going to be taking a half-assed approach to it of painting some of my Stormcast. I put it up to a community vote, and this won. So that's what we're doing, you know. But yeah. So if you want to know what they look like generally when I have them painted, I did not do the base, but I'll show you right now. God, these bases are huge. But yeah, I'm doing like a gold and maroon purple type thing. So that's what I'm doing. Bring out the Gabo girls. I haven't painted in a while, so I'm actually fairly rusty. And as a result of that, I tend to skew away from, what is it, miniatures that are like pretty. They aren't orcs. I do have orcs. These are just the ones that have been on my list to paint first because I have the smallest amount of these. But I do have a lot of orcs. But the pile is so large that I kind of put it on the back burner. But yeah, so I needed something, you know, to stimulate my zoomer mind while doing this. And so I figured this might be a good way to do it. Some people recommended gaming, which, you know, maybe tomorrow, depends what we cover, right? But yeah. Anyway, some lolcow shit happened. Diesel needed to be stimulated. I know, I can't be constantly joking. The drama's straight dookie at this point. Well, here's the thing. You either talk about lolcow, or you talk about Chris Tyson. And I don't want to talk about Chris Tyson, so this is what I cover, right? I think maybe tomorrow is actually the day we do the body cam stream where I react to body cam footage, I guess, right? I guess we could do that. It's just, you know, I'm trying to find a way. What about Dr. T. Lexify? Was that okay? So from what I know about that drama, it was basically like his girlfriend cheated on him and he was doing a "please don't leave me" thing. Sir Pello talked about the Shadman list. I'm not surprised. Am I correct on what happened with Dr. T. Lexify? Or whatever the fuck his name is? Let me switch to live chat. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
More or less, watch the Warkika debate. See, yeah, like I looked at that. I've actually met him briefly. And he seemed like a okay guy. You know, it was just like a little sad that he was like trying to take this chick back who clearly didn't give a fuck about him. So it was just kind of like sad. You know, it wasn't even like funny. That like started when I was on vacation, so I was just like, eh.
Gentlemen, welcome to the worst podcast on all of YouTube, Lolcowlive.
Why are we staring at your hand? Because I put it to a vote and I'm painting today. Because I can't be bothered anymore. So. Diesel should Diesel should review Dino Nuggies instead. Nice watch, Sam. Oh, wait. I'm actually stupid. Hi. There's a lot of metallics here, so I'm just doing the non-metallic parts first. All right.
Where do I even begin? So much drama, so much nonsense since this show was at its ultimate heights and is now, we're pulling 2,500 concurrents. Well, thank you for you guys being here. It's been a
Eve Rebellion
fucking
celebrates
messy
14
fucking
months
week.
of
It's been a
membership.
messy week.
Buy Mana Potion Coffee. Them hands pack your order.
These hands do pack your order. His GF accuses him of dating her when she was a minor, 3-year age gap. Then he leaks DMs trying to show that she's the one who cheated on him with a minor, but the DM was pathetic. That's it? Okay, so the gist of it is, okay, is he a pedophile? Is that it? Or is he not a pedophile? Right? Because that's what she's doing, if that's what she's accusing. Saying he's a pedophile, but I wouldn't argue that if that's the case. Why can't people just break up and then not make it public on the internet? I don't know why creators keep doing that. I'm begging you to have the emotional maturity not to air out your personal grievances with your ex over social media. For both men and women. I get it, like a relationship falls apart, maybe it's messy, and you start like making a big fucking fuss about it. But just like be a little, you know, like, come on, man, that's gonna carry with you for the rest of your life. Don't do that to yourself. Like, you shouldn't be, like, even like personal family stuff, try not to air that over social media. I think that's a pretty easy thing to not do. It's just really petty and not good for you to do that, professionally or personally. I know I wouldn't want to be with somebody who does that. So, I mean, you know, there are people who are stupid in this world, though, so I don't know. Camera is off center a bit. Yeah, that's a problem with doing this. Because I am but a man. Probably make Keemstar even smaller. I'll try and remember. Let me change this around. Diesel, the way you're painting inside the lines. Move Keem to the bottom left. Sure. There we go. Who gives a shit? Who cares? The brushes don't go in your mouth, Diesel. Too bad.
I walked away from the show.
I am a certified brush
I walked away
licker.
from the show. Nothing got done. Nothing got done at all. These guys couldn't organize anything. They couldn't set up a show. They couldn't fucking figure it out without me directing orders at every single person, which
No.
makes no sense.
Keem,
The
you're a
whole role
fucking
of Tommy C
micromanager.
is to be the wrangler. He's the best wrangler. That's what the chat always says. The best wrangler. Tommy C wasn't wrangling shit.
Keem is constantly micromanaging. What is he talking about, dude? He constantly micromanages. He's the kind of guy who, like, he's like the kind of boss who doesn't actually know what your job entails, but he wants to tell you how to do it, right? Like, he has no expertise in the field, but he wants to tell you how to do something as if you're the expert. And yeah, maybe he does have experience in, like, wrangling and managing projects. I'm not saying he doesn't, but, like, it's a gross miscalculation for him to say that he needs to wrangle people and be the one in control. We need to get you a foot pedal spacebar so you don't have to stop painting. That's a really... Yeah, I could actually really use that. That'd be really helpful.
All right? They were all fucking messaging each other in the DMs 10 hours apart. One person says, hey, should we go live today? 10 hours later, maybe tomorrow. Like, shit like that. It's like fucking so insane. These guys hit the goddamn lottery. This show is at its ultimate fucking peaks. It's done everything that I promised it would do.
You notice how Keem
just
became much more, like, involved in the project the second it started doing well? You know, he wanted to get his, like, you know, fair shot at, like, attention and fame on this. Because he wasn't hopping on all the time when nothing was happening on the show. But now that shit's going on, now it's like Keem's fucking show. Which, by the way, if you guys remember, during the Keemstar show stuff back in the day, which is like a year ago now? There was constant debate about Keem removing Salvo as like a co-host, right? There was constant fake drama about, oh, I'm going to fire Salvo, I'm going to fire Salvo. And it took Salvo like actually breaking some contractual agreements for Keem to actually pull the plug on him. Because Windows contractual agreements got breached, Keem was affected personally. Not for anybody else, even though the guy was a piece of shit. Diesel, do you use that speed paint dilution stuff or not? No, I just dilute my paints normally. I find that Duncan Rhodes Too Thin Coats is like the best on the market. I've like tested out all of them. These are just the ones that do the best. The quality is also really good. So it's hard not to use these paints over something else. Citadel's okay. I find Vallejo a little too thick for me when it comes to painting miniatures. But I've got like the entire first line of Too Thin Coats because I've painted so much. But that is very expensive. And I should not have done that because I have not used most of them. Tommy C did make a stream talking about this. He stated the silent thing on the money was also about not talking about faked or planned drama. I'm not surprised. Ultimately, like, Lolcow either constantly needed to have people who were disasters, but they wouldn't have functioned for work, or there needed to be fake drama, right? Like, that was guaranteed to happen. I mean, I get it. People don't want drama to be faked. I don't want it either. But the only reason that I know this drama is real is because it's just Keem pettiness. And Keem doesn't want to be seen as, like, the bad guy. Which is, you know, pretty typical of Keem. Shit, what did I do for the rest of this? It was like gold or whatever. But yeah, I can't, like, I don't know. It's like I don't even want this show to continue if I know the shit's faked. Right? Like the cancer stuff was this great flash in the pan, but then you need to do something after, right? There needs to be something that continues it. So either Boogie needs to be a constant disaster, or they need to bring on people who are in the midst of disaster to give them this, like, platform.
Pull it together. At one point, I suggested to Wings and Boogie in a meeting, I was like, yeah, you got to do at least one stream a week. That somehow turned into, we're only doing one stream a week. How the fuck could this show survive with one stream a week? So then Wings starts telling this on his channel, right? They clip it, it's everywhere, and now all of a sudden all the fans are like, what, this is only gonna be once a week? So I'm in there in the DMs like, you cannot fucking do that. Like, you literally, the show will die. You can't, you gotta stream more than once a week.
How long till Chris Chan gets brought on? The problem is that Chris Chan is too chaotic. They wouldn't be able to get her on, right? It would be constant, like, it just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen, right? That's like a character that just is very difficult. I don't even know how they got Cyrax on. I need to shake my paints. Yeah, Lolcowlive shows that these dunces aren't interesting without the drama that's surrounding them. Yeah, Boogie is ultimately not a very interesting person. I mean, I have, like, funny anecdotes about, you know, like, I've told the story about, you know, Boogie trying to fuck Jeff Holliday's wife before. I've told that story, like, 3 fucking times now, but, you know, it's not really that interesting of a story outside of the fact that it's very pathetic and lame. But, like, genuinely, who actually gives a shit about it? I need a smaller brush. I'm using a flat bristle there. I need something thinner. I'm probably gonna have to do another coat of purple. Diesel talk to us about color theory. Man, I just do what looks nice, but my artist friends say that this was a good color scheme for these guys.
Now, obviously, if shit's going on, it's a dead week, there's nothing to talk about, all this other shit, then fine, right? And then there's the whole situation with Tommy C, who, in my opinion, quit the fucking show. And let me explain. This motherfucker did everything possible to be fired where I had to fire him. So how do we even get there?
Look at how fast he clipped back on that. He was like, Tommy C quit the show. 5 seconds later, I fired him. Listen, buddy, at least try to bury the lead a little bit. Do you do detail painting or do you dry brush with black, gray, and white to get the details down? I'll do detail painting, and it makes it take a while. But usually I'll just stick to like 3 colors on a miniature, and then if it's a character, the character gets more like shit on it, right? So like the accents on the metal here are gonna get gold, but that'll be the last color that I add, right? Because I've already primed it with lead belcher, so that's already one of the colors, and then I'll do the base some other time. But I have like base paints that I'll like throw on, and that's like a really boring process compared to the other stuff.
Let me take you all the way back to Bait It, okay? Bait It podcast. At the very beginning of Bait It, it was me, Colossal is Crazy, and we picked up this guy, Tommy C, who had 200 fucking subscribers. And, you know, at the very beginning, we had to figure out splits. And, you know, Clown had a 200,000 sub channel at the time, but didn't promote, right? You know, wasn't active uploading videos and whatnot. So he really couldn't promote the show. Tommy had 200 subscribers. He tried to promote the show, but he has 200 subscribers, right? So I told him right off the bat, I'm going to have to drive all the traffic to the show. I want 50%. You guys figure out your own percentages. Clown took 30. Tommy took 20. Whatever. Everyone was happy. They made thousands of dollars on the wildly successful Bait It show, right? But I was the one driving the traffic. Every drummer sending that traffic to Bait It, to grow it, to build it, to do all this
just
stuff,
because
right?
you're the guy driving the traffic, right? Like it's this weird implication where Keem's like, well, I'm driving the traffic. Well, I should get more. Okay, then like, dude, you got to take it to like some kind of negotiation table. Not just because it's like a discussion that's like had once and then never again. And then you self-reconvene and change your, like, opinion on the split, right? Like, so with Internet Explorers, Beckett and I basically, like, Beckett didn't want to get paid for it, right? And I'm like, okay, well, if you're not getting paid for it, right, I'm not going to expect much of you aside from showing up. And he was totally cool with that. We agreed, and he has promoted it. He hasn't had to, right? But I will say that Internet Explorers doesn't make any money yet. But I make 100% of the profit from it, right? But if Beckett does see that he wants to renegotiate it based off of how much work he's doing, like I'm open to renegotiating, right? But the thing is that I understand that business is about compromise. Keem is not the kind of guy who compromises at all. I should probably paint that pouch like leather, but I don't know.
These guys have the bright idea that they want to have
Diesel, if you cropped Keem and chat out, muted the audio, played a royalty-free generic audio, you could probably have an oddly satisfying video here. Please paint it leather. I will. I have some browns. I'll go grab them.
equal splits. No, fuck you. We're not equal. No. And they want to have that debate on the show. Well, I'm sorry. We have the debate on the show. No one's going to say, yeah, Keem's doing the most. He should get at least half, right? No one's going to say that. That's not how the fucking internet works. That's not how it fucking works, right? No one's going to say that. Everyone should get equal share. That's what they're going to say. So it wouldn't be fair, you know.
Well, no, wait a second. Is anybody even saying Keem is doing work on this? I feel like he's not. Because he really just... I feel like he's the guy who just shows up when it's, like, successful for him. Fuck, I can't find the leather I need. I have so many. Sure, I guess I'll do Curious leather, but that's like a dark shade. I don't really know if I want to do that. Ugh. I just got here. What are you doing? I'm painting miniatures and listening to Keemstar. So something really nice or something really horrifying. The horrifying part is Keemstar.
With me doing all the work and pulling all that. So that's how that blew up. And the main thing with Bait It was we are not talking about fucking finances on the fucking show. All right. At the beginning of Lolcowlive, my idea, you know, my show, whatever. You know, I handpicked Tommy C to come on with Wings and Boogie. That was a recommendation from Nicholas Diorio. There's been a couple recommendations that haven't worked out there. You know, everything was fine and all at the very beginning. I mean, there were some hiccups here because you got to like kind of get into your groove and whatnot. But the main thing that I kept stressing from the very beginning is do not talk about finances. Do not talk about
why is do not talk about finances something that can't be on the table? Like lolcows are constantly begging for money. That's like a part of the thing, right? So why is that off the table? Right? So that must mean that somebody's like getting the short end of the stick, and that's why Keem doesn't want that open, right? Like, in my personal opinion, Boogie and Wings should make the same split. If somebody's a producer and Tommy's that producer, he should be making a little more, right? And if Keem's an executive producer, he shouldn't be involved, but what he should get is residuals from the show, right? So, like, what, 30 and 30 is 60, right? Because the lolcows make the content. They probably should make the most. Because you want to keep your talent, and they're the content-making talent. I mean, I guess you could get them doing, like, a 20... I don't know. I'd probably shoot them with a 30 and a 30. I don't know. That's something I'm trying to like do math while also paint the miniature. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it on camera too. I'm like really like scratching my head and rubbing my belly or whatever the fuck they say. My theory is the fact that Keem wanted a bigger and bigger cut. I wasn't telling them the truth about how much the show was making. Also kills other content deals. Yeah. And the show can pay... Like, honestly, if Keem wants to be executive producer, he should make like a 5 or a 10% and then never come on, right? And then only manage it if something absolutely egregious happens, right? Or he should have like a filler host, like in the background for when Tommy leaves, right? He should have a wrangler in the background, which is what the commentary people were supposed to be. But the problem is that he immediately alienated it. But I don't understand. He could have just made a bunch of passive income from this. Why wouldn't you want to make passive income? I feel if I was Keem's age, I wouldn't want to be on camera anymore. I just want to make the deals.
You're getting paid, any of this shit. Do not talk about finances. Right away, these guys start talking about finances. I'm getting paid this much, and da-da-da, and this, and half the information isn't even fucking true. It's not even fucking true. Now, I understand from an audience perspective, right? You would want to know what the finances are. If I was an audience member, I would want to know, well, how much are these guys exactly getting paid and who gets paid what and da-da-da. I would be curious. So if I'm willing to put myself in the audience's shoes...
Okay, unironically, most of the drama about Lolcowlive has been completely related to financial disclosures, right? Like, it's been about the editors. It's been about all that weird communal drama around Lolcow, which implicitly brings the conversation about money. And Keem is the guy who's the money maker and like, determining where the money goes. So when the editors are complaining and being brought on the show as, like, characters, of course the conversation is going to be about money. And what, now he wants to undo it because he looked like an asshole during those situations? Like, that seems like the only way.
You don't want any of these idiots talking about this. Duh! Like, fucking just leaking every bit of fucking private information about the company and the business, and fuck them. You can say L all you want, but it's the fucking truth. And so anyhow, it gets to the point where Boogie is fucking telling CoffeeZilla that he doesn't get paid on the show. Nicholas Diorio does a stream and says Tommy only makes $2,000 and $500's getting taken out of it for the trip. None of that's fucking true, and all this false information is being spread out.
Okay,
about
if there is like all this false information about the finances being spread around, maybe like get a detailed report and give it to each of the people that you're paying to be talent on the show. Here's how much everybody's like getting paid. Like, this is the split. Do you agree to this split? Yes or no? Like. I mean, again, that's contract negotiations, but it doesn't seem like any contract negotiations were had, which I believe is the case because Keemstar's the kind of the guy who would make a verbal contract, right? And I'm certain he also does written contracts, right? But he does strike me quite frequently as a guy who would make a wheel deal plan just strictly off of like vibes.
And I had enough of it. So I tried to get everyone to sign an NDA. Wings gave me a little bit of pushback, but signed it. Boogie signed it. And fucking Tommy C decided, not only am I not going to sign this, I'm going to fucking post the NDA on Twitter. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you didn't sign the
now
NDA.
You're working against us, bud. You're working against us. And so that was when he was on vacation. I thought,
All
you
right.
know,
I said it
maybe
last
things would calm
stream.
down. We'll eventually.
I said it last stream, but Keem wanted to get rid of Tommy. Okay, he knew this NDA would get rid of Tommy. Yeah, he could have given them a flat rate, not a percentage split. Then they don't know the finances. How's an NDA written in the U.S. enforceable in Germany? It's really not. What do you think Keem's gonna do? An international lawsuit? I mean, he's petty enough. But would he? Yeah, Tommy works for Tommy.
Have a meeting. We'll talk this out, you know, once Tommy cools down, once I cool down, because I was pissed too at the time, and we'll figure it all the fuck out, right? Well, he comes back from vacation. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Doesn't tell the guys, hey, we're streaming at this time, or doesn't do that. Doesn't wrangle Wings and Boogie at all. Doesn't fucking set up the streams. Doesn't do anything. And then when they start suggesting,
guys,
hey,
you notice how all like the drama outside of Boogie has been about Keem's like payment structure or employee woes, right? Like there was D-Max and Connor, and now it's Tommy. Like those are the only things I remember about Lolcow. Is like all these weird payment issues and like disagreements on how much money people are making. You notice that? You notice how most of it is actually just about how Keem is incompetent? Like it's primarily just about that, and then also Boogie being like a piece of shit. But beyond that, I can't think of a single other thing that was like broken on Lolcowlive that would have been interesting. I don't really know what to do for these big weapons. These Stormcasts that I'm painting, these models were taken out of the range. You can't buy these anymore. These came out in like the first edition of Age of Sigmar that came out. So these guys don't exist. They look more like this now. But I had bought this a long time ago at like a mall. And there was like a toy store that just had it sitting there. So I like picked all these guys up. I also have first edition Age of Sigmar rules, which apparently are really shit. I've actually never played Age of Sigmar. I would like to, but nobody does. Keemstar only wants Lolcows on the show, which means only him, Bookie, and the other one I forgot. Wings of Redemption, I think. But I mean, you know, it's pretty telling that that's most of what is going on with Lolcow. Is Keem's behaviors. And then, yeah, the Cyrax interview, which I think is a standout for a lot of people. I myself didn't even know about that until somebody brought it up in the stream chat. But unsurprising, to say the least. There we go. I do need a spacebar pedal. I will price that out after stream today. Maybe we have our first dono goal. Because that's kind of ridiculous. I'm like coasting in between health insurances right now, so so I kind of got to put that first. It'd be really funny if I broke my leg right now, huh? Yeah, why won't Keem like get other Lolcows to interview? Like, I can name at least 3 others that would probably agree with a good enough money promise, yeah. Don't jinx it, boss.
Tommy goes, fine, but I'm going to record the meetings. Well, now we can't have meetings with you. Now we can't have meetings with you. You're like being impossible to fucking work with. So eventually Boogie gets frustrated and had the fucking worst stream ever. The disaster with all the audio
that was
issues
so
and all that
fucking
shit.
fake.
He does that
Don't
fucking
even.
stream. I'm ranting about fucking Tommy and all the bullshit because Tommy was there. Tommy was around. He was live tweeting during Boogie's stream. He could have been there. He could have talked about it. They had plans to stream yesterday. And instead of Tommy coming on Lolcowlive, Tommy goes on his own fucking channel, takes his response and puts it on his own channel, forcing me to fire him. All right.
According to Chris, Tommy wanted to record 1 meeting, not all of their meetings. Unsurprising. Really, Keem's gonna do whatever he can to make Tommy look as bad as physically possible. I need to switch my brush. Did you do that base yourself, or is it a pre-made base? That is a pre-made base. These like are monopose models, part of like the original line. I mean, I really like the way they look personally, though.
Literally doing everything he possibly can to work against the show and not help the show and just hurt the show. So at the end of the day, we had to let go of Tommy C. One of the main things he said is, Keem can absolutely fire me because I was never hired, and the shares thing is a fucking myth, and da-da-da, and Keem technically yes.
The shares thing is a myth. So Tommy didn't own any percentage of the show? Because that would have kept Keem accountable if Tommy could veto decisions Keem made. I probably wouldn't make a deal with Keem unless I had equal power with him in business decisions, right? Like, trying to run a show like this with Keem is difficult because he wants it his way and nobody else's.
Technically, yes, I own the show. All right, technically, right? But it all gets confusing when people are leaking. Like when Wings is out there, I own 25%.
My dark horse theory is that Keem is supremely jealous of Tommy. Tommy has fans that actually really like him, or I don't think Keem has actual fans per se. No, Keem thinks he's like really well loved. I could see that, but I think Keem is very like up his own ass delusional in a way. You know what I mean?
And I get this and da-da-da. That's where it all gets fucking confusing.
Yeah, like
when Boogie,
what you said, cool anime girls. Keem is like actually kind of a nice guy, but when it comes to like work stuff or like online stuff, he's like the biggest fucking annoying asshole ever. Keem is like one of those guys who's like a cool friend to have, but probably not somebody you'd ever want to go into business with. You know what I mean? I mean, it does seem like the shares are a myth because Keem keeps making unilateral decisions about the show. Yeah.
example, was fired and I bought his shares. I really sent him a contract. I really offered him X amount of dollars for his payout, but it's 25% payout, not necessarily shares. And that's why this gets all fucking confusing, because these idiots leak every single fucking thing they can think of. So that's kind of where we're at with that. We are going to tonight be testing out some new host. There's a bunch of exciting people that are coming on the show to test that out. Right now, I'm going to get... wait, I want to say this about Tommy. One more thing about Tommy. I'm mad, right? But I felt like the stream he did was somewhat respectful, and that was not what I was planning or expecting. Because when Beta broke up, Tommy was fucking saying I have kilos of coke in my house and all this other fucking nonsense and just lying about all these different scenarios.
I don't even know if Tommy did say that. It's been so long ago. You know? But I just... I could see it, right? I could see it. This is now a stream psychoanalyzing Keem.
episode, and I was fucking tired, right? And I go, damn, I'm gonna have to do a line to get ready for this one as a joke, a clear joke. And he's been running with this forever. Yeah, one time I was on the phone with Keem, and he's doing cocaine. Another thing,
Keem, there is no way that you haven't done cocaine before. You and I both know you've done coke. There's no fucking way Keemstar has ever done cocaine. I do not believe that for a minute. Alright, do you know how much Adderall and stimulant abuse exists in the creator space? Everybody is taking, like, you know, just stimulants all the time so they can constantly stay online and get more done. Okay? Like, I know so many people without ADHD that take Adderall because they think it makes them work better. Okay? Keem's doing lines of Ritalin. Diesel, you are part of the everybody. What stimmies are you on? None yet.
Just recently, as he said he wouldn't sign the NDA because
I don't have
then
that
we're
kind of
gonna
money.
fake stuff. Like literally pandering to fucking idiots who constantly say the show is fucking fake. But he knows
It
it's
gets
not
fake all the time.
He knows it's not fake. He's literally part of the show. So that was a whole nother fucking thing that he tried to spin. But because he did that response somewhat respectfully, I will not fully close the door on Tommy C. I'll leave a crack. We may or may not see him in the future. I don't know. But right now, we need to separate from Tommy C. So that's where we're at with that.
Guys, the couple of old men are on a break right now, okay? I'm gonna move this because I need to focus with my purple for a minute. I can't believe team. No, guys, you don't understand. They're just on a break. Yeah, there's a reason why Adderall is such a bitch to get nowadays. Like, they'll test you to check if you have been taking Adderall before reloading your prescription to make sure you ain't sell. Jesus. Yeah, recently I had a conversation with someone and they were like, Diesel, maybe you have ADHD, which I don't know if I do. I can go through bouts of like some serious, like extreme procrastination, right? And as a result of that, I've been like looking at what the symptomology is, and I don't want to Dr. WebMD self-diagnose it, but I've also been trying to like optimize my space so that way I could get work done again. And I don't know if it's just like me or something else, but I found it very difficult to concentrate or not procrastinate or get work done and like be productive. Like if I'm down to a deadline, I can get something done right before, but otherwise I kind of lag behind on it. But I know if I go to get tested for like ADHD or something, it'll take fucking forever. And also, you know, no health insurance right now, so. I need stimulants to function. As Boogie told Wings, acting, you need to act. That's why it's all fake. Keem doesn't need to keep up the performance, yeah. Yeah, so I've been giving myself a list of tasks to do in a day, but I've also been leaving my schedule, like, because I used to try and, like, time block every single moment of the day. I have, like, main task and then subtask, right? Like, I did a bunch of the stuff for, like, my passport. I started to work with the insurance stuff. But those were tasks that I didn't start my day with. But as I was talking with people throughout the day, I was like, oh, these things need to get done. Let me put it on my list. But I had like 2 work objectives to complete for the day. And I got one of them done. but I actually might get 2 of them done, but my sleep schedule is like really crazy. So really quick to be tested for ADHD. I wasn't diagnosed until 30 plus. Yeah, the key is reasonable task and set harder deadlines for getting started. Yeah, I have like really I used to like really micromanage how many tasks I take. And I'm like, okay, let me break these down into smaller, more digestible chunks and put those on the to-do list because otherwise it'll like really quickly overwhelm me and I won't do it.
Live on air, we have the Boogster, or we should have.
Hi.
We should have the
Actually-
Boogster.
It is Tipples the clown.
Oh God.
The Tipples the
Hi,
Clown bit has
everybody.
completely
Don't lie
been
about cancer,
overplayed.
or else you'll have to get a Medicare hat.
You don't have your camera on. Audio issues once again. No camera.
What the fuck?
You're an idiot. Same thing with the audio yesterday. It was like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Or what was it, 2 days ago? Whatever it was. Where's Wings?
I fixed these audio issues. Do you have audio issues?
The audio is fine, but I'm just saying your stream had the audio issues. That was a fucking disaster.
See, the reason I was like, oh, I must not have ADHD is because I'm not like hyperactive, right? Like I get animated on these streams, but I'm actually really like quiet and to myself throughout most of the day. But that might just be like a misnomer where like people generally diagnose are like the hyperactive people. But I don't know. This is just something I've just recently started to like unpack about myself. I did think it was funny though, right? Fun story. Is your brain inside hyperactive though? I don't know. I wish I could compare it. I can compare my actions with other people, but it's hard to compare brains with other people. You know what I mean? Diesel shower thoughts. Okay, so my dad lost his keys today. And I think my dad definitely has ADHD. It's either that or autism, right? I don't think very highly of my father. No offense to any of my neurodivergent friends in chat. But so he lost his keys, and instead of retracing his steps, his mind immediately started thinking, what if an Amazon driver picked them up from the floor and now is going to rob my house? Right? And what ended up happening is that he went to Home Depot, bought a metal detector, and started sweeping the yard to look for his keys. And he was turning everything up and he was making this huge mess, right? And then it turned out that the keys were right there on the kitchen counter the entire time. But, you know, he's like a very messy, he's very all over the place. He is actually hyperactive, where he'll have bouts where nothing gets done, right? And then everything gets done instantly, right? Like he literally does like a week's work of work in an afternoon, right? That sounds like severe anxiety. Yeah. But I was saying that to say to lead up to the moment where, you know, he had his keys yesterday, but he didn't like misplace them until today, right? And generally I keep everything in the same spot so that way that doesn't happen to me. Otherwise I'll lose stuff like instantly. And also I have like tiles on everything that I don't want to lose, right? But his procrastination is really bad. So I was like, what if I have just like learned procrastination? You know? Or if it was like, oh, actually something diagnosable, or it's just like a bad habit I've developed from like living a certain way, right? I learned with my ADHD, I have a lot of trouble starting tasks in the middle and make a mad dash to the end. It's all about knowing how you start and keep going. I thought you were gonna say went to Home Depot and bought new locks. Didn't expect the metal detector. Well, when he couldn't find it today, he was under the impression that he was gonna go buy new locks, but then boom, it was right there. Yeah, I have like a tray where I put my keys because I'm one of those like EDC Andes. Like I collect knives and shit, and I have like a little tray where all that stuff goes. So that way I don't lose it. Well, on the topic of neurodivergence, you're painting 40K minis and know every piece of niche MGS lore. Yeah, but like, ask any man and he'll tell you that he thinks about the Roman Empire every day, okay? Like, that's just the man's brain. God, I need to redo the back.
Just making sure I'm finding that.
You got the
Wait.
Medicare hat on.
Hi, Keeb. It's me, Tipples the Clown. Who wants to tweak my titties?
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute idiot. And ladies and gentlemen, the wings
Can I tweak some
of
titties?
redemption.
See, the Tipples the Clown thing was like funny in the moment,
Ooh.
but Bookie thinks that that's like a way to get people to like him again. Like you can tell that it's like him trying to like do that to get to not talk about, you know, mental health again. My husband does not think of the Roman Empire every day. Sure, Diesel. I'm sure the neighbor who has $1 million worth of model trains is also completely normal. Not diagnosing you, Diesel, but you are neurodivergent. See, in my chat, now chat is trying to diagnose me. So that makes me not want to be diagnosed, to be like, nah. You know what I mean? Fellas in the chat, do you think about the Roman Empire? Okay. You're all gonna notice that it's more common than you think. It's called being peer reviewed. Are you not into trains? When I was like 3, but I was like a child, and you like are into trains or dinosaurs or fucking big trucks. Fuck. I like scraped off some of the purple, bro. I just could not be given a fuck what is happening on the Lolcow stream. I'm honestly putting it off because I don't care so much. Oh, shit.
What are we talking about first?
We're gonna just drag people in, and this is basically like American Idol, all right?
Yeah.
People are gonna come in here. They're gonna have like a minute
You
to like showcase their
American
skills
Idol
or
with
whatever.
Keemstar
If
is
we
the
want 'em
funniest
out,
shit
we
ever.
go, if all three of us, they're out. They're done, right? And if they last through the
I gotta get Hal on here to talk about ancient Greece. Hal has like the Roman Empire thing, but for Greece. Men either think about the Roman Empire or Vikings or Norse mythology daily is what I'm getting from chat. Or Greek mythology. I'm an antiquity Andy, okay? I'm an antiquity Andy. I like ancient Greece. I like ancient Rome. I've recently got interested in the Middle Ages. I find the Middle Ages pretty okay. They're not like amazing, but they're fine. I have a very hard time understanding Chinese history. Like the Three Kingdoms stuff. Like, I get a little bit of it, but that's because I understand Dynasty Warriors. Middle Ages are pretty mid. It depends. The War of the Roses is interesting.
Talk to us about how garbage 5e rangers are.
You know, I had so I'm not friends with this guy anymore, but he was like deliberately contrarian for no reason. Like, he just really liked to argue. And one of his argument points was that actually 5e ranger is good because of the fantasy it lets you be a ranger. And we were all like, no, just because the fantasy is okay doesn't mean that ranger is okay, right? Because a lot of the things that rogue does are the same as ranger, and you could flavor a lot of the stuff that your rogue does as ranger-like behavior, right? The only difference is the name. And he tried to like finagle out how it was better, but it really wasn't. Like, he really couldn't come up with anything, but he just refused to like take back his points on ranger. Again, unironically, that's probably something that Hal would probably be better for. She's like really knowledgeable on D&D, which, by the way, she's the second writer on the book that we've been working on, which is also one of the things that's been on my to-do list that I've been prioritizing more. We're going to prioritize more. I didn't schedule any work for it today. The only good thing about 5e Ranger is Drake Warden. Yeah. Damn, boss works with women. What an ally. I've completely given up with Lolcow. That's bad. I know Smaggle calls in. I know this is a pro Smaggle community. Guys, these Lolcow fellas, they weird. As someone currently playing a ranger, they're mid, but I'm also playing one that is a corpse piloted by bees, so it's interesting roleplay. Where is the Smaggle moment? Somebody give me a timestamp for when Smaggle shows up. I'll take a gander right now. Apparently a guy calls in at 50:30 and just says the N-word. And I'm really tempted to click on it. Oh, Billy the Fridge? Yeah, Billy the Fridge is commentary old lore mainstay. Clip it. I'm not going to where the guy says the N-word. Click it. Do I click it, chat? Do I click it? It's not TOS on YouTube. You can say the N-word on YouTube. Do it. I did it.
Oh, I got this profile icon. You're fired. You're fucking fired, man.
Dude, no wonders why everyone says this show is script and faked it. Like, how could you fucking even plan for that?
No, okay. See, the thing is, the reason I know that's not scripted is because Keem would never want that to happen. Keem would not want people to remember that he said the N-word. Oh, shit. That's good. Oh, shit.
Next person that says something racist is getting fired.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Play it again. No. I'm not playing that again. Did somebody timestamp when Smaggle shows up?
God, this show is such a shit show.
So Boogie, do you still got your boy David in the phone over there? Yeah. Do you put him under David, or David Duke?
Play the brain rot I sent you yesterday. Not gonna lie, that's more engaging than the Lolcow. Oh yeah, but I gotta like download that and stuff. So
Oh, fuck you.
interesting.
I fucking
Maybe-
ban.
I'm trying desperately to see where the interesting bits are, but you know, it hasn't been provided to me. This is what I rely on chat for. No, I'm being a little facetious there. I'm jerking my shit to Wallace and Gromit right now. That's so nice, Joey. It's nice that you share that with my chat, and they just seem to be yapping. Oh wait, I can check transcripts. Oops.
Wow.
Hold on, I got it. Oh wait, what the fuck? Should I have live stream transcript? Diesel, when are you going to crush a watermelon with your thighs for us? I know.
Okay.
Get the hell out.
M Dirty, turn the camera on. M Dree, turn the camera on.
Oh shit. Oh.
Because I never talked to underage girls.
Yeah, literally, you were caught from Ethan Ralph's fan base or whatever for messaging a
Never.
minor. For messaging a minor.
Never. They were.
Oh no! Oh god. Okay, I'll make it bigger for like 1 second. Not Smaggle. I know it's not Smaggle. But if this guy wasn't caught messaging a minor, this is not the angle to defend yourself from. Right? Like he's on a phone, like change that angle. Change that angle because it's not doing you any favors.
There were hardly any girls in that server. And
No,
I
their
never
fan
did, and
base.
he got his Discord news.
You got into a fight with them in the Discord or something, and they found it or something. No.
I got into a fight with Ethan Ralph. I was cool with his fans for a long time, but I was never, in with any girls.
So there was no
I'm not like-
allegation. No one called you a pedo.
No.
You know, our fan
You have
base
to
will
be a
find it out.
pedophile to get on the show.
Yeah, yeah. Just because you've been on this show, that's enough for them to find out. This would be on the Reddit in days.
Oh no, I know. I'm going to be on Kiwi Farms, all over the place. By the way, hi Josh, love Matt at the internet, greatest podcast on earth, right next to Lolcow. Well, actually, Lolcow is like fifth on the list, but
What the? Well, I'm gonna be on Kiwi Farms, bro. You're not gonna be on Kiwi Farms just because you're a pedophile. Is that the pedophile Wikipedia? Why the fuck would Josh give a shit? Why the fuck would Noel care? You don't fucking matter, bro. I know, he's trying to glaze Josh. What is that? That's so fucking lame. I was talking with Beckett about this 19-year-old who was like, yeah, I have a Kiwi Farms account. Kiwi Farms is going to find you and we're going to expose you. Right? This kid was saying that. And it was like, bro, like, you don't even know what Kiwi Farms is and you're saying that? Like, you ridiculous? Shouting out Null for clout. 2 hours, 37 minutes. Thank you.
What's that?
That's my idol right there.
Who is your idol?
Who was that?
Yellow
Who's
Waffle.
this?
Is this Smaggle? I think we got to get Smaggle a chance here. Smaggle, go ahead.
What's up?
What's going on, Smaggle?
What's up,
How are you?
Smaggle.
I gotta be honest here. The show is shit because you're an insecure pussy, dude. You are fucking insecure.
Look at how. Okay, again. I know this screen's really small. Let me make it big. Right? Let me go back a few seconds.
What's up?
What's going on, Smaggle?
What's up?
How
Look
are
at
you?
Keem's face.
I gotta be honest here. The show is shit because you're an insecure.
Like, look at how he sucks in his lips and then purses them after. Right? Look at how, like, mad he got in that moment. Look at that. Oh my god. He's like actually genuinely mad.
Insecure because
I don't listen to you. Because I don't.
You would drag on
I don't
Frank
listen to you.
Castle. You would drag on Frank Castle for Boogie. You would drag on the biggest Wings hater for Wings, but you want to drag on Stubble Pancakes for you because you're an insecure motherfucker.
No.
Who can't
Oh my
take a joke.
god.
You cannot
Oh.
take a joke.
I won't
and you're
bring
just
you on.
proving it right
Nah,
now. You are
nah.
just proving it.
Nah.
Nah.
that you
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
These are.
very
By the
different
way, Smaggle and all of his friends are the ones that kept saying Salvo shouldn't be on any of these shows. Stop giving Salvo attention. So what that was is just complete bullshit.
No shit, that was bullshit. He was trying to get a rise out of you, dude. That's what he was doing. Smaggle was a troll. He called in to make you mad. Nobody thinks that Salvo should be on anything. That guy's a piece of shit. You missed the part where Keemstar admits he made up that part about that guy messaging little girls. Are you kidding me? What a horrible thing to do. What a piece of shit move. Yeah, another common Smaggle win. Yeah, he wouldn't even let Smaggle talk. He was that mad. God. The hatred and anger in Keem's eyes in that moment it's priceless. A lot of cloak on this guy. Mold lines on this are really bad too. And I did not fix that, but I am not fixing it now. I really should have shaved that down. But we move. Yeah, you shouldn't have control of the call. You guys don't understand, okay? Keem's LOLCOW status is predicated on the fact that he doesn't think he's a LOLCOW. Right? Like, Keemstar and him being, like a lolcow, only works as long as he doesn't think he is. Right? The second Keem realizes he is the butt of the joke, he becomes Doug Walker. Okay? We don't want him to become Doug Walker because that's not funny. Also, I love how Keem phrases it like commentary separate of Keem was ostracizing Salvo. When Keem was all for ostracizing Salvo because of things that Salvo did personally to Keem. But now he's trying to like recontextualize it as like a blackballing from commentary. Bro, you were part of that. In fact, you were one of the biggest proponents of it. Yeah, he does say Gen Z gets sensitive, and then here he is.
That's just trolling.
That's just trolling. He doesn't even believe what he's saying. So nope. You got to come at me straight, Smaggle. You can't be just.
What do you mean? He was making them mad. Isn't that what you want, to make them mad? Keem is drama commentary, whether he believes himself to be or not. Yeah. Let me do the rest of the cloak here. There's a lot of cloak.
Horseshitting.
By the way,
it calls you insecure while not showing his camera.
He's got a shitload apparently.
He called you insecure while not showing his camera. Yeah, big win, Wings. Big win. What an own. Oh my god.
Hit refresh. So, right. Somebody else.
Oh, you have more donos to read?
Yeah. What about Purple? By the way, can you bring him in? He's been waiting all night. He was one of my people. If he's still in, let me check.
Purple hearts. Okay, moving right now.
All right, this is your chance, Purple.
No, we've already had this person on, I believe.
They didn't speak, did they? They didn't get their full chance. They got kicked. Purple, was your last chance?
Yep.
Yeah, fucking me left. Sorry, Purple. Love you, brother. YouTube Music says Blade has been sober for 6 months. What about him? Call him Keem. We did. The Gamer says, yo, Keem and Boogie, been chilling with the peasants, but figured I'd drop by to catch from 2016 board. Thank you, The Gamer. Saint 2025, Tommy contributed nothing. He was entertaining, and he wasn't entertaining, and I'm glad he's gone.
Fantastic.
Insane.
Oh, nice.
What,
Fat
1 minute,
Brain, what's
Fat?
up?
Hello.
Oh, is this that guy that paints his face and looks like a frog or whatever the fuck? Have you given them any personalized lore? Nah. Too lazy. Boogie is 50, Keems is 40, Wings is 38. These middle-aged men should just keep their midlife crises in private.
Number 2, I'm familiar with Boogie 2988 pounds. Okay, is more like, why don't you put down the fork and put up a dumbbell? Okay, Tubby? And secondly, I'm also very familiar with Liquid Richard here and his diet of banquet frozen meals. I think that if anybody could wrangle in 2 fat morons, it's someone who does it for a living. All right, I do this shit day in, day out. Call and talk to fat.
Oh my god, bro. Who is this man? Dude, he's got Pepe face paint. This guy's a streamer, chat. That guy's a streamer. People will like call into his streams from what I remember. Oh, he's the guy who predicted Betty White dying. This is the guy who predicted Betty White dying. I'm like barely painted. I'm just like talking out my ass this entire stream. He's like the antagonistic therapy gecko, yeah. There we go. I'm almost done with this one. I'm just doing the purple on them right now because it's just easy. You can't say that like it's normal. Hold on. I'll play the clip. Let me go pull that out. Here we go.
Betty White is 100 and I'd still smash. Betty White dies this year. Mark my words. Mark my words. Betty White dies before this year ends. Betty White dies December 31st, 2021.
Oh my God.
I'm tired of her. I'm tired of Betty White and her immortality. I'm tired of her existence. I'm tired of her necromantic pox that she's cast upon the media industry. She is a witch. She is a wizard. She has necromantic abilities. She's probably been resurrecting herself this entire time. Science. Thanks a lot for the 200.
I'm tired of her. That's a horrifying thing to hear. Oh shit. Chat, $100 donated right now. The queen will vanish from existence. Like he said it with such confidence. The Betty White voted for Harambe, okay? And then that kicked off the butterfly effect, Greg. Yeah, it's a people peeler ass sentence. Guys, I'm a certified brush licker. Okay? I hate to be that guy. I hate to add to the problem. But I am a certified brush licker. I do lick the brush as I'm painting my minis. And I'm sorry. And I won't stop. Okay? I know what I am. I've accepted it. I think I should be accepted. It is optimal to lick your brush. It is optimal. And anybody who says otherwise works with paints that will give them brain damage. But fortunately, I can eat all the paint I want because it's acrylic. Diesel enjoying some delicious lead. It is water-based paints. I would not lick oils. Obviously, there's plenty of paints I would not lick. My main paints, though, I lick them. Okay? I lick them. Slurp into microplastics. Yes. What color is that? It's so pretty. It is... I do believe it is this right here. So because these are like proprietary blends, they change the names of the paints. But it's Sword Hilt Burgundy, which is like a variation of like a purple maroon type color. Sir, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the licking paints. It's lore now that I lick all the paint. That's not true. I am not dumb enough to lick all the paints because I have some paints that I know would like actually shave off years of my life if I licked them. So I have to be really careful when I use those, but I don't really use those all too often, right? So that makes it okay for painting. Oh, let me fix that. The hell is that silver thing? Is it a statue of Genghis Khan? This is actually a woman in armor. I know. The liberals have gotten to the miniatures, guys. You notice how nobody had a big stink about Stormcast Eternals having ladies? Not to say that I think there should be Lady Space Marines. I'm pretty okay with there not being Lady Space Marines. But ain't nobody gave a fuck about the Stormcast. That's probably because nobody liked Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar came in at a really bad time in Warhammer's history. Trying to follow up after the terrible end times is definitely not a good look for your line. The con was mentioned. Shout out Jagged Eye Khan, Primarch of the White Scars. Damn. Not fighting the autism allegations with the Warhammer lore, huh? But Diesel, Femstodes break the lore. You guys want to check in on Shadiversity since we're here? Like, I honestly don't give a shit about Lolcow. Fuck Lolcow. Lolcow is dead. Lolcow is dead. Unless something outrageous happens, then it's not dead, and I regret everything that I've just said. But will not give Keem the win. Who's your favorite loyalist and traitor Primarchs? Honestly, loyalist is probably Jagged Icon. Actually, fuck. Probably Lehman Russ, actually. I don't like Space Wolves, but I like Lehman Russ. And my favorite traitor? Shit. Okay. I know we're all gonna make jokes. Fulgrim's book is bad. I don't like Fulgrim's book, but I like Fulgrim being like this Griffith-esque character. Right? I like Fulgrim for that. But I wish his book was better. Let's see what the Night's Watch is up to. Oh my god. House of the Dragon. Complete letdown. Best fantasy TV right now? Peak fantasy? Pick one, asshole. What Gundam you got? I have a lot of Gundam. I have a humongous backlog. I mean, I'm not even finishing these miniatures today. I'm like half-assing them. The last two have very little purple that I need to do on them. Yeah, Lolcow's gonna have to resort to blood sports to save the show. Yeah. Are you here? I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you the one that I want to finish building. I'll be right back. You have to watch the miniature. If it starts moving, tell me, chat. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Did it start moving while I was gone? Let's all say it moved. Chat, let's gaslight him. It doesn't work if I'm standing here. Yes, it moved. It moved, Diesel. Here. So, let me move that before I, like, make a fucking disaster mess. I have this Zeta Gundam Verka that's just been sitting there taking up space. And I desperately want to build this, but I haven't gotten around to it. But it's master grade, so I find it, a little intimidating to build. I've built one master grade already, but I haven't built a master grade in a long time. Build it on stream. I'll never finish it. How does he have a feature-length review of Deadpool and Wolverine? I haven't watched the new season of House of the Dragon. I might go watch it so that way I can react to it. No, what is that? Queer planet. They want a queer world? Oh, shit. Who is this? She was exposed as a massive toxic hypocrite. Who's this woman with the breasts? What this Twitch one stands out. Oh my god. I watched this I watched this guy's original video. Right? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna react to a Shadiversity video. Who is this woman with the breasts? The FPS Diesel 2024. Hold on. This entire stream has changed immediately in this instant. Hold on. I want to actually lock in for this. I gotta lock in. Chat. I gotta lock in. Stream's changing. Let me go take a piss.
I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. It's plain and simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love wasn't ever
I'm back. I don't know how good my webcam placement is. It actually might be a little dark. Yeah, it is. Let me fix that. It's definitely a lot closer than it used to be. That's the problem with doing miniature paint streams. See, now you guys know that I always stream after the gym because I'm wearing my gym clothes every fucking stream. Yeah, it is too close. No, that made it worse. What am I doing? Perfect. Much better. Both got the cleavage out. I poured myself a drink. These are your only clothes? What do you mean? I have other clothes, that's the thing. But it's like I'm comfy, you know? There we go. Ooh, my webcam is way too small here too. Gotta make that a little bigger. Make this window a little bigger too. Why does Boogie look disabled in the thumbnail? Because he is. Well, speaking of, let me change the title of the stream. There we go. It just hopped in. My bad, Chief. No, I mean he is disabled. I mean, sorta. You know, he's disabledly not filled with cancer. There we go. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Shadiversity is like the quartering, but somehow less talented, which is saying something. Also, hilariously, I think he's Mormon. No offense to my Mormon friends, but he's like the annoying kind of Mormon. So, you know that's going to be good. The maid dresses your other clothes. So, Shadiversity is this AI. He's like a soy faux alpha man, right? He's this soy loser who cares about ridiculously bad media. Okay, like most of the time he doesn't like he enjoys bad media and then complains that it's bad. Okay, like a lot of people have been really frustrated with the Acolyte. I have a friend who's like a huge Star Wars fan. He was frustrated with the Acolyte for none of the woke reasons that people are like against the Acolyte, right? He pretends to be a medieval knight. He has like no charisma, and he is lucky that his wife is locked in. You know? Anyway. There's this video where this professional graphic designer explains how he inadvertently ended up... So this guy, he basically explains in this video that I had a job as a graphic designer, and without my knowledge, the company I was working for was training an AI on my style, and then they let me go because of it. And so he lost his job that he spent a bunch of years studying for to AI, and now he's in between jobs. So this guy is reacting to that guy's reaction of the video, right? Now, they should have not trained that AI on that artist's art without their permission, period. End of discussion, right? It doesn't matter if you sign a contract. I think that is fully outbounds the realm of a workplace contract regarding that, right? You can use my work for your business, but you can't use my work to obsolescence my job, right? That going into the future, that is going to have to be a clause that exists inside workplace contracts for artists. That's just going to have to be the reality of it, right? Yeah, the company used him to make a clone of himself that they don't have to pay. Yep. So we are going to see Shadiversity's take on this professional artist who is a work... Which, by the way, Shad's brother is Jazza, who is a professional artist.
Welcome back to The Watch. And Oz, there is a video that has gotten a decent amount of attention lately, about 500,000 views, entitled, "I Lost My Job to AI This Week." Now, I'm not saying that people will not be losing their jobs to AI. They will be, okay? The thing that I've been saying for like, what, over a year now, is that if you are in an industry that looks like it could be threatened by the change of technology and AI being developed, right? There is a way to secure your employability into the future by finding...
Does he still talk to his brother? I believe him and Jazza are not really on speaking terms anymore.
out how to use this technology with your skills.
Yes, be trans or gay. Oh wait,
no,
use the technology. Oh.
Whoa! Oh. Damn. It must be really hard to exist in today's day and age as a white guy with bad facial hair and bad teeth. God damn. Saying the quiet part out loud, I see. Yeah, man, if you just weren't a gay trans person, you wouldn't have been fired from your job. Wait, wasn't he also Thaddeus P, that old Minecraft YouTuber that talked about how to pick up chicks? Excuse me? Yes, Thaddeus P. This is not what I was looking for. This is a pastor. Oh wait, no. You know, if Chad was the pickup chicks guy, I would love that.
The technology.
Okay, but that is a way.
That
is not a way to keep your job. You don't just change your gender to like keep your job. Nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that. Is an imaginary person you imagined.
Is a way that doesn't have it has diminishing returns. That's way, let's just say.
Yeah.
Skill will usually, come out on top. Is so long as it's relevant though. But one of the things I've been saying is that people who are talented, who have artistic or graphic ability or stuff like that, they are the ones who will be able to make the best AI art, AI works.
They will figure out how to make the best AI art. Okay, Shad makes these assumptions that the process by which AI art is made works the same as regular art, right? But the thing is that AI art isn't predicated primarily on like sketches, right? And it can be, but usually those sketches are paired with keywords and phrases, right? So it's like most of the work is handled by the keywords that you do, that you come up with. He ran a Minecraft server and talked about goth girls he clapped. Wait, is that Thaddeus Pewterschmidt? What he doesn't realize is talent equals higher salary equals higher priority to turn into AI slop, so you don't have to use artists anymore. Yeah. Like, the way he's talking about it is like, they'll still keep paying you if you know how to use the AI correctly. No, why would they? Why would they keep paying you to use the AI that's of your work? Like, that's a completely, like maybe you're an artist they bring in afterwards to pay less money that uses the AI. Maybe. But to say that he is the artist that's going to get that, why wouldn't they cut his salary? That doesn't make any sense. Let me look that up, the Thaddeus Pewterschmidt thing, because that is wild. What? Lol, it's Shad joined my Minecraft server. Oh my god. You're right. Yeah, if anything, they just hire volunteer interns to know how the AI works. Yeah, why wouldn't they hire people that are less money?
Yo, it's Thaddeus Pewterschmidt, and I'm checking out this server made by this dude named...
Wait a second, is that Shad? Is that Shad?
Alex and another guy named Jaeger. They...
Is that Shad? Is he doing an accent to sound not? Hold on. Remember, guys, this is a decade old.
They are some of my subs.
No, he's Australian. He'd be faking an accent here.
They asked me to check it out. So, you know what? I thought I would surprise them and record a little video of me on it. You know, just so they could put it on their channel, whatever, use it for promotion. You know, because...
Lol, it's Shad is too close to his name. What happened to Lol, it's Shad?
Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Boneless Dumb, and I am back with Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah, I don't buy that it's him. No, it's not that Shad's faking an accent. It's that in that old video he would have been faking an accent.
More excitingly, I'm also back with the Where Are They Now series. Today, we're going to be talking about a legend on YouTube who went from a legend to completely banned from the platform. That's right. If you didn't read the title and just clicked on the video, today we're going to be talking about LOL, it's that.
No, this is just some other guy. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Is when you hear YouTubers from over a decade ago, there were a lot of guys who did fake their accents. Okay? Can you pull up your live stream so we can watch it? To watch me watch myself?
On a commercial scale or endeavor, better than just randoms picking it up.
Yep.
And so they were the ones who were in the best.
I really don't think the transferable skills of AI transfer to art, right? Because your AI is primarily going to use words to work as descriptors, right? So your grasp of the English language is basically going to predicate how good you are at AI. And Shad presents himself as somebody who's decent at AI on the basis of that he has practical art application. But when I think about it, Shad spends a lot of time writing, which would just further the point that a lot of it is on the basis of his ability to use a large vernacular of words, right? Like, I don't think that's like a stretch. That's very funny, Cat. I'll show that. I'll show that. I learned something when I started creating my own thumbnails. AI or even fill-in tools are shit. You need to put an effort to make up for all the issues AI will lack, which is exactly what Shad did, right? And Shad argues like this is where your art skills will come in handy. But I mean, honestly, like cursory like skills in Photoshop are going to take you the full way, right? For most of that, especially for the stuff he did. Why? Yeah, just because you told the computer to copy art doesn't mean you can do it yourself. Yeah, and here's the thing. This guy's claiming this guy's lazy, which is rich.
Places to benefit from this because they have pre-existing skills that...
Again, why wouldn't... Listen, in the field of art, there's always somebody willing to work for less. Why wouldn't you train the AI on this artist, fire this artist, and then bring in a contract worker that you can pay less? Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing that. That's the problem. Is that you can undercut and devalue the cost of this stuff. It's not like democratizing anything. It's just taking, like, the money out of the hands of the people who are skilled enough to work with it. When you're already talented and skilled in art, you don't need AI. Like, an artist will easily do what AI does, but better. Yeah, it can be more bespoke, right? AI is also, like, always going to have these weird idiosyncrasies for the time being. At a certain point, I imagine that it'll vanish, right? But right now, it has these weird idiosyncrasies that you have to go back and fix. why not just work with an artist from the beginning to get it bespoke exactly what you want, right? Like, if I want if I want Goblin Girl fetish art, I could ask an AI for it. But I gotta be frank, I can't get what I want from AI. It is literally easier for me to go to an artist and commission them for the cup size of goblin I want. You know what I mean?
This current AI technology, and it's going to be like this for a while, needs to make the best stuff. Okay, you need to apply artistic ability because there's so many limitations to AI technology. You just need to learn about it, right?
That's the thing about businesses, right? Is like they don't really care how you.
Guy who doesn't run a business. This is the thing about businesses. Okay, all right, okay, sure. Mr. Fortune 500 over there. Okay.
I need my goon material to have soul in it.
You make a thing, as long as the thing comes out good and, you know, is of value, you could snap it into existence with your mind and someone will buy and sell it if they can, you know.
So this individual and
I tend to get like a personal, like, obviously, like, I have an opinion on it, right? Everybody's gonna have an opinion on it, and I'm certain there are businesses that do not care about the AI art thing. But I will tell you as a consumer, and you should all have this opinion too, chat. I don't really want you guys to share an opinion with me, but this is one that I care about, right? If a business has like AI for advertisement, I tend to get really grossed out by it, right? And I go, ugh, what a cheap ass, and then leave. Like, there's something inherently cheap about AI. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, you don't care. Like, it's just like, ew. Like, that's cheap. That's garbage. Does he have stock in AI or something? Why is it sucking them off so hard? Because he is a mediocre artist, and he feels that AI has given him the ability to be an artist. Right? So he's very sheepishly defending it. Well, not sheepishly, but he defends it because he thinks it gives him artistic credibility.
this is from a YouTube channel named
Nade Straight.
Nade Straight, right? There's actually a much more obvious reason why he was fired, and he says it in this video. And I find it astounding that he let slip what he has actually been.
I cannot. I've seen this video, so I am very interested to see what Shad found out
doing in his job, and then is trying to blame AI for him losing his job.
Okay.
This really comes off, and we will show you, we'll go through some of this video, this really comes off as trying to use the AI boogeyman as an excuse for his own lack of effort, really. Not about, I'm not kidding. Look, he says he only does 2 hours work and getting paid for 8 hours time. Right? He says it in this, we'll show you, right? And so when I say effort, that's what I mean. He's literally being...
Okay, so if you're salaried and not hourly, and I believe he explains that that was like a salary, right? Notice more companies using text-to-speech. Y'all couldn't afford to pay a guy to read a couple sentences. Yeah, so he's fast. If you do 2 hours of work, that equates to you doing an 8-hour day, and you're salaried and you get paid the same amount anyway, just lock your 2 hours and then sign out. Like, why are we forcing this, like, 8-hour work week? I understand, like, that's, like, a humongous discussion that I'm breaching right there, right? But honestly, guys, if you work in an office, do you really do 8 hours of work a day? I hazard a guess no. Most studies would say that you don't do 8 hours a day of work, all right? Like, it's either that or you're just going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs pretending to do work the rest of the day. Okay? Like, if you do 2 hours, log out. Just get paid for the 8 hours, leave. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Cheating his employer, right? Getting paid.
I wish I had it. Or not an 8-hour work week. Or a 40-hour work week, excuse me.
for doing nothing, and then is complaining, oh, I got fired and, you know, and my job was taken by AI. Let's listen to him.
To AI, which is very unfortunate.
Now, he says he lost his job to AI.
Is Shad gonna actually clip chimp this guy or play it? You gonna clip chimp this guy or fucking play the video, Shad?
This is actually based on rumor. But, you know, it's pretty easy to latch onto it and make a video out of it and then get lots of attention for it when there's actually a much more prominent reason why he might have gotten fired.
I think many people joke about the, you know, the fact that, oh, AI is going to take all our jobs and we're all going to get replaced, and especially within my industry.
Not joking, that is actually a concern, and I think it's a legitimate concern. As I've been saying, though, if people want to ensure their, you know, employability...
I really don't think Shad is the kind of guy who struggled a day in his life, which is crazy, because I look at his brother and I go, oh, I think that guy, like, worked for his self. You know what I mean? Like, he worked hard.
Use it, because this is one of there's a lie baked into the title. Okay, he says, I lost my job to AI this week. Is there like a independent artificial, you know, system that replaced him that's running autonomously on its own?
Nope.
What how did he actually get replaced, do you think, Oz?
He refused to pick up the tool that the entire industry should be adopting.
Yeah, but
Jerk off troglodyte sitting here. You know what? I think I might watch the original video because he's so like beating around the bush with it.
What was he replaced by?
A diverse person.
No.
Oh my god, dude. Just like walk up to the camera and say N-word hard R. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it, dude. Just say it. Just say it. I would actually think, listen, if this guy was just like, well, he got replaced with the... I'd just be like, based. Based.
He was replaced by...
A diverse person who uses AI.
That might be true.
No, what happened is that his boss went, the AI's doing it. He didn't get replaced with anybody. They didn't replace him with anybody.
At least... definitely a person, but a person using AI.
Yeah.
This is not like, you know, AI is destroying all these jobs. It's actually creating new jobs, and it's requiring new people, all right, who have a new talent, skill pool, and everything like that. And it is becoming the adapt or die thing, right? And I face this on YouTube all the time, and we got to adapt or die. And I know that it might be short-lived. All right. And if it ends, I'm very grateful for the time. And I've said this in multiple videos, very grateful for the time I've been able to do this, being very lucky to be able to do it. I'll have to then find another way to make a living. And maybe it might be utilizing AI.
If you go into the AI business, Shad, I will personally take a grievance with that.
Helping up video production or something like that.
It's like that movie Cinderella said. Death can come for us at any time. So all we can do is have courage and be kind.
All we can do is have courage and be kind. I really want to say the N-word right now, but I can't.
It's a good movie.
Get laid too.
Oh, that's not in the movie, but
Hey, get laid, get read.
Sure, Oz.
Which is graphic design.
So he's in graphic
My job, I've been a graphic designer for the past 8 years of my life, and I've worked at this specific company for 6 years. You would think that...
Oh, so he's made a living for 8 years as a graphic
being one of the longest running employees, being there 6 years, having a wage increase almost every year, and being very much valued because I was the only graphic designer left.
He was the only graphic designer left. Okay, and so...
So that either means one of two things. Either over those past 6 years, it was all AI, which is wrong because the last 2 years has been an AI adoption, or he was such a good artist that they let everybody else go. So he was the last one out.
I was just thinking, first they came for every single other graphic designer, but I said nothing because I wasn't with other
Is this the chain smokers? That's brutal.
designers. They were fired for whatever reason, but now I'm fired.
Careful, Diesel. Your diversity will scare him. Listen, he's so busy fighting the culture war that his wife is dying for some... for a caramel poppy to hop in her bed. Listen, Shad, I understand most right-wing men really love the concept of cucking. I will gladly fuck your wife, Shad. I will fuck her good, and we will hear her all the way down the halls of your castle. Okay? All right? They will crown me king of your castle when I'm done with her. Cloudy, let's both take her out. Listen, Shad can jerk off to his weird AI wife porn, which he makes, by the way. He makes AI porn of his wife instead of being a classy man and jerking off to pictures of his wife. But if I had a nickel for every time Diesel has offered to cuck a subpar white man, I'd have 2 nickels. You complain about your chat being thirsty, but you say this unprompted. You're right. I am part of the problem. Yeah, so he makes AI porn of his wife, and when you look at the prompts, he put in the cup size he wanted, and he denoted that he wanted thick. So either his wife is like a hourglass figured double D tight-breasted bombshell, or he makes AI porn of his wife that is completely unrealistic to what the actual woman is. But I'll cherish her. I'll cherish her in ways that you could never do.
I will now complain about AI, and I don't think the other graphic designers will let go because of AI. It's by the context that is framing here. It sounds like that for over the 6 years that he's working at the company, other graphic designers will let go, and he was kept because he was just that damn good. Okay, but what this also remember that people are thinking that AI is going to reduce the amount of jobs available to people. When no, if he was the only graphic designer left and he got fired and being replaced by AI, he was replaced by a person who was using AI, helping the company, and so the company is still employing as many people, but now is able to get more output.
The company is hiring as many people. What do you mean? Why would the company hire just as many people to do AI? If an AI can produce 200 revisions, which they don't really do revisions, but if an AI can produce 200 designs over the course of 20 minutes versus a designer who can only produce 200 designs over the course of a year, why wouldn't you let go of those artists? It's not replacing it with the same number of people. It's a reduction. That's a cost-saving measure. Why would you keep the cost the same, but then bring on AI? That doesn't make any sense. People don't run businesses like that. You'd want to reduce the cost of overhead. That's a really easy thing to understand.
Good point.
You'd think they want to keep me on as much as possible. I mean, I barely was allowed to take holiday because I was the only designer. So if I was off, then nobody could cover for me, and the company ended up with.
That's also a detriment to you. If you're that needed, if you're that big a chess piece, they'll just replace you with one that is more
flexible.
Exactly.
Work stacking up. However, over the past.
And stuff, he says there was all this work stacking up, but then he would say they would only give him, a certain amount of work that would take 2 hours to do a day. But then they said they had all this work stacking up when he couldn't take time off. So you know what that means?
He's putting them behind by not doing the entire.
But he's also telling them that it's taking a full day's work to do this 2-hour amount. So much so that work is stacking up.
Yeah,
putting them behind.
You know what? I'm gonna watch the original video because this motherfucker is totally clip chimping right now. I don't think an AI artist has the right to call anyone lazy, bro. Okay, so I had to watch the actual video because I suspected you were misrepresenting it, though only the first 3 minutes or so matter, really. And I'm pretty sure you did. You sort of latched onto the claim that he did 2 hours of work for 8 hours of work or pay, but he never stated that's how he worked for these past 6 years. Also, the talk about clutter wasn't him saying that he constantly was behind on work. He actually said this. He used to work as a graphic designer for the company for 6 years. He was the only graphic designer for a while for some reason, which is why he couldn't take days off.
Hopefully Shad's wife can one day get a better husband with AI.
Could you imagine the wife is making AI porn of him and is cucking him by making hot versions of Shad? Hold on. He's got colonizer vibes. But that's why I'll DEI cuck Shad. I've been brought in by Big Brown to diversify the amount of bulls in the economy. Oh shit. What was I was reading this. He was saying if he took days off for work, then work would start cluttering. He never stated that actually happened though, or how many hours he worked normally. He did state that recently he was only given 2 hours of work a day by the company. It was a change made by the company, not by the graphic designer. They suddenly stopped giving him work, but that wasn't him saying that he normally worked with minimum effort. Now, if a graphic designer wasn't doing enough work to fulfill the company's quota, I'd expect that company to hire more graphic designers, not give the graphic designer less work. This is definitely a case of AI making his work redundant, no matter how hard he worked for the company. In fact, he does claim that the AI the company uses works based off of his own work. So the more work he did for the company, the more the library the AI must have. He also claimed the other companies were now following the same trend of using AI instead of graphic designers. Now, I can't verify those claims, but you certainly misinterpreted his comments in regards to his own effort. I wouldn't say this is a lazy worker, not confidently, and in capitals at least. He may just be right. So, a lot of these comments are saying, you misunderstood it, you misunderstood it. You know, like, there's a lot of that going on, all right? Shad left a comment. Some people have missed that Nade Straight admits to hiding the amount of time it took him to complete his work, as revealed, blah, blah, blah. And he did it for probably a year. That's not the employer giving him less work as he claims. That is him deceptively reporting that it took him far longer to his companies to complete his work than it really did. That's why he wasn't given enough work to fill his time. Time he was getting paid for, and he was doing it for nearly a full year. Ignored everything everybody said. Diesel, if you do that, you think he'd have one bad day and become a night-themed Gotham villain, or he'd just coom to you cucking his wife? No, you see, the thing here is, Blaze, is that most of these guys who talk all this big shit and are like culture warriors, like, this is like a man. Okay, never mind. These are men who have never, like, you know, they haven't gotten in like a fight or like struggled or been in a predicament where they need to like actually defend themselves. Okay, like they're very like soft men. Okay, so he would just jerk off. Now, if he had some self-confidence, some real self-confidence, he would not jerk off. But Shad really does scream insecurity. Okay? Yeah, he didn't misunderstand. He manipulated the information to fit his narrative. Yeah. Let's go actually watch the guy's video. He's made a bunch of videos on it now. Why not? Where was it? I remember watching it. Yeah, he just chooses to misrepresent arguments. Was it this one? Okay, I like how Shad made a half-an-hour video from this guy's 11-minute video. Is Shad the lolly artist? Different Shad.
Hello, so this is a bit different. Usually it's gameplay such as Halo on the screen, but I wanted to do a quick 1 or 2 minute intro to this video with my face just to say thank you for the support in the last video.
Okay, so this isn't it either. Okay. God. Let me do it by most popular. Does this guy have an email? I might want to reach out to him. I will definitely reach out to this guy. Here we go.
Hello, I don't know if anyone does live commentaries anymore where they talk about something that's happened in their life and the background is, you know, gameplay, but that's what this is today. So, something a bit different. It's still Halo gameplay as you'd expect from this channel, but the topic of discussion is that I just lost my job, and I lost it to AI, which is very unfortunate. I think many people joke about the, you know, the fact that, oh, AI is going to take all our jobs and we're all going to get replaced, and especially within my industry, which is graphic design. My job, I've been a graphic designer for the past 8 years of my life, and I've worked at this specific company for 6 years. You would think that being one of the longest running employees, being there 6 years, having a wage increase almost every year and being very much valued because I was the only graphic designer left, you'd think they'd want to keep me on as much as possible. I mean, I barely was allowed to take holiday because I was...
So, yeah, when Shad says that moment about, oh, other people were being let go for AI and he was the last one left, that sounds more like he was doing a good job, so they let go of people who were stragglers at the work, right? Like, why would you assume that it's AI? AI's proliferation is the last 2 years. But we're talking about a guy who's worked at a company for the last 6 years. 6 years is the longest running employee.
was the only designer, so if I was off, then nobody could cover for me, and the company ended up with work stacking up. However, over the past 3...
Hold on, let me rewatch that again, because he also misrepresents that.
To take holiday because I was the only designer. They want to keep me on as much as possible. I mean, I barely was allowed to take holiday because I was the...
Yeah, I was the only graphic designer, so I was doing a lot of work because I was covering for a team that didn't exist.
Designer, so if I was off, then nobody could cover for me, and
if I was off, I didn't have a team that would cover for my work. But he's like portraying it as if like, why did Shad even present it that way? What?
Company ended up with work stacking up. However, over the past 3...
Is it a company that manufactures red flags? Because there's a lot of red flags. Yeah, I think me personally, I probably would have taken if I am not allowed to take time off of work because there's nobody else left on a team, that's probably a sign that something is wrong. I think one thing young people need to realize is their own personal like sanity in the workplace, right? You should be able to recognize my employer is going to fuck me if I take time off. Well, you probably should be thinking, okay, well, what's my exit strategy here, right? Yeah, this company's a walking red flag, not to victim blame. Yeah, you need to be able to recognize when a company is doing things that are to the detriment of an employee to yourself. So that way you can go, okay, something's not right here. Maybe the turnover is kind of high. Maybe you're noticing the turnover is kind of high. Maybe start making plans to find a place, right? Go looking for a job before they kick you out, right? Because if you're the last one and the turnover is really high and they have you working, grinding the midnight oil, you need to be like aware enough of yourself to not put yourself in that position.
3 months, I'd say, I've noticed that my schedule at the company became like less.
A job interview is a two-way street. Make sure they meet your standards as much as you strive to meeting theirs. That's true. That's true. Like, I understand people are afraid to ask questions during a job interview. And you know, like when I was going for my teaching thing, I had very like actual real questions. And they gave me the job anyway. But I wanted to make sure that they were meeting things that were important to me when I was going into that, right? And like I still have a good relationship with those people, right? But if you're like one of those people who's afraid to ask a question, Professor Diesel real? I mean, it's not unreal. It's kind of real. When this happened to my husband in a different field and his friends started working out an exit strategy for the both of them. That's good.
Less cluttered, and it got to the point where I was getting paid for a 7-hour and 30-minute day, and some days only doing 2 hours of work, which obviously was great for me.
Yeah, so he was getting paid for a full day, but they weren't giving him enough workplace duties. He didn't choose to work 2 hours a day. They made him work 2 hours a day. They didn't give him enough work to do.
Me, I loved it. Got up at 9 o'clock because it was work from home as well.
I don't think Shad has actually been in the workplace long enough to realize the red flags that this guy is describing here. Like, he tries to portray it as this guy being lazy, but I think it's just that Shad has done YouTube so long that he doesn't understand, like, negative things happening in the workspace because he hasn't worked a real job in a long time, right? Because YouTubers are working from a very big position of privilege. So, like, I don't get that. Shad is not only deliberately misrepresenting it, Shad is coming from a position of not understanding how the job market works.
I'd do 2 hours of work and I'd have nothing left to do for the rest of the day, maybe some revisions / amends would come in at like 3 or 4 o'clock. I'd do those for 20-30 minutes, and that'd be my day.
Yeah, and then here's the thing: if you're waking up at 9, you hand in designs by 11, and they don't get you revisions until right before you're clocking out, like, that's also a problem, right? If you're like, listen, boss, I work 9 to 6, and your boss is handing you revisions at 5, you're not doing those revisions until the next day. Be like, hey, man, this is great. Thanks for getting me these revisions. I'm not going to do them now. I'm going to do them tomorrow, because you got them to me at the end of the day, right? Like, that's also a red flag. If your boss is just not coming back to you with information ever, that's bad.
Essentially do between 2 and 3 hours of work and get paid for 7.5. It was great for like 3 or 4 months. And then, yeah, on Monday this week, I got told that I'm being made redundant. And I was thinking, how could this be possible? You clearly need a graphic designer. The company I work at is a marketing agency who does email and web designs for clients. And yeah, I was a bit confused on that one. And then I did a bit of digging, asked a few people, and it turns out basically all of the material that I've provided over the past 6 years is now being fed to AI and templated.
Yeah, that's the company not doing enough business. That's an acquisitions issue. Yeah, if the AI is like meeting all the needs of clients, like hypothetically in business, you should be looking to grow infinitely, right? That's like the dream, is you constantly keep growing. But if you're being made redundant with the AI, they don't bring in enough clients. They just don't. I mean, I don't even know if that at that rate the company's doing well enough that you would have been sticking around anyway. AI might have just put off their inevitable downfall. Don't worry, boss. I provided you the art that AI can't provide you in mod chat. Yeah, work culture in every industry changed drastically during COVID. I think the most long-term YouTubers understand. I don't think most long-term YouTubers understand that. Yeah, you know, it was interesting. So I was an intern at the company I started teaching at before I became a teacher, and when I got into it, it was like right before. Actually, was it? No, it was after. Yeah, so I had worked jobs in offices before COVID, and it was always I had to do the work there. But then after COVID, I could like work from home, and they would clock my hours from home. And that was wild to me, right? I don't think you guys realize how much of a change, okay, you guys do, but YouTubers don't realize how much of a change it was to be able to work from home, okay? That was a humongous change. I did a lot of my work as a teacher from this desk still, right? Now, obviously, I went in and I taught, and that required me to be there in person, and like having that space together where you're working together is much more productive. But that was a weird experience because I had never done that before. That was really strange. If anything, all YouTubers should be terrified of AI right now. I mean, TikTok's already flooded with AI content. Why isn't Shad realizing that he can place with the AI just as easily? You know, the thing that's also really interesting, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could train an AI to be a better version of Shadiversity. That's actually, I have a really devious idea. That's a really devious idea. I might ask some homies about doing that as like an experiment. I'd be feeding the problem. But then also, could you imagine if I just like immediately like overtook Shadiversity and then like came on camera who's been like, actually, I've been running this AI channel the whole time. Everything I've said was a lie. I've just been grifting for money. Also, this was to mod Shadiversity. Yeah, so there was this scandal recently. There was an AI that was trained on a bunch of YouTubers' videos, you know, and it was able to produce content like those YouTubers. That should be a problem. MKBHD was one of those YouTubers. Tons of big YouTubers had their content used without their consent. Which, by the way, guys, every time we agreed to the terms of service, we gave up our rights to our data. That's a huge problem. You should fight for that. You should talk to your congressperson. You should complain to every single legislator you can to say that your data is yours and it is not the property of these companies to sell to people.
So a design that would take me 30 minutes now takes AI 30 seconds. As it's been trained on all my templates, essentially I think it just literally reuses my templates, and then they can input the hex codes they want the email or the website design to be, drag and drop in the client's logo, upload the client's font, and boom, it will generate my template, but using their brand assets. And I thought, you know, it makes sense from a business point of view, but it's extremely scummy. It puts me out of a job. My immediate thought was, well, let's go to some competitor companies and see if they're looking for designers. I've looked at between 10 and 15 competitors, and every single other competitor is doing the exact same thing. Some of them even boasting about it on their website and going as far as simply inputting your website URL. It will extract all the assets and learn about that website, and then artificially generate email and web templates for your brand. That is insane. Like, email and web designers are going to be completely out of jobs this year. Like, it just removes.
My wife works in graphic design / advertising. She thinks he's talking about a program called Canva. You mean like Canva, like the photo editor? Like, hold on.
Removes the need for us completely. And
what is it? It's this one. Canva makes it easy to create professional designs. So do you think he worked for the back end of Canva making design templates? And then the AI went in and... No, Canva uses AI as well to create things. Oh, okay. Interesting. Leverage AI to create on-brand copy, templates, and video editing. Bring your brand in-house. Set up brand kits and templates for your teams to design with. Interesting. I didn't know Canva did that. I thought they were just like a thumbnail maker, like a web, not like a web designer, but like you can make like pictures or like what's the word? Slideshows, that kind of shit. Let's see, I'm kind of curious to see what they do. She thinks he was using it as a designer, but it's not a professional designer program. Interesting. Can we test it on stream? See, yeah, because here it's saying choose from fully made designer templates. So it's saying that designers made those pages. It's just more approachable in using. Yeah, redefine the way you create with Magic Studio, our suite of AI-powered tools that generate copy in your brand voice with Magic Write and transform your photos with Magic Edit. Designers use other designers' shit all the time, or words. Yeah, I've used Canva to mock up a journal concept, but I can't see using it for like a professional asset. Yeah, nothing for Mana Potion I could ever see wanting to use Canva for. It's just so unresponsive, you know? Like, I don't like what Adobe does, but those tools are still made for professionals, and they're really well done. Discover Magic Edit. Meet the Magic Studio. I hate that kind of sound and music. It's like the Muzak like commercial. We're so relatable music. Oh my god, generated onboarding. Could you imagine your entire onboarding for a company was made by AI? I could just say anything. I want to try it. We're gonna test it out, chat. At least AI, Adobe only uses its own assets to train AI, but also fuck Adobe. Yeah, guys, also make sure don't use Adobe's cloud services, but they suck anyway. Don't use them. Yeah, it's like a local, like, I feel like this is like the mom and pop deli place, right? Like, that's who makes this stuff. Oh my god. You gotta pay money for this? Are you kidding me? Try it free for 30 days. Sure, why not? I'll just cancel it right after. You think Shadows in Court he'd go unironically? Your Honor, League of Legends. All right. We're gonna generate business copy right now. Select the text box to the right, click magic right. Fucking let's make it mana potion coffee sells coffee to D&D customers who like tabletop games. All right. So we'll take that and we're going to say rewrite it. Rewrite it. Mana Potion Coffee caters to Dungeons and Dragons enthusiasts who enjoy tabletop games and coffee. Make it more fun. Mana Potion Coffee is like a wizard's dream come true, brewing up magic for Dungeons and Dragons buffs who love their games with a side of caffeinated awesomeness. I can come up with this shit myself. All right? My brother or I wrote all the copy on the website. It does not take a genius. Someone get Johnny and stop this man. It is so easy to write this kind of shit, guys. Yeah, it was a little too over enthusiastic, right? Hold on. FPS Diesel, the YouTuber for the horny, she, they, bisexuals. He's a goblin, but he can gobble more. Also, he can crush a watermelon between his legs. He's really strong. All right, magic rewrite. Let's have it rewrite that one. Oh, it's too lewd. As a YouTuber for the they bisexuals. Between his legs, he's really strong. Okay, it's probably the word horny that it didn't like. Yeah, it was. FPS Diesel is the YouTuber representing the they bisexual community. Described as a goblin with exceptional strength, able to crunch a watermelon between his legs and gobble up more than expected. Let's make that fun. FPS Diesel, the fearless YouTuber, waving the flag for the they bisexual crew. Meet this goblin powerhouse. Rumored to smash watermelons with just a squeeze of those mighty legs. I'm a copy content writer, and AI created content is frustrating. And don't get me started on the AI detectors. I do contract content and copywriting, Weaver Dreams. This is bad. I would not like it's like an overly verbose or like it just doesn't like it doesn't it's not right. Like something about it is off. You know what I mean? Let's sprinkle fairy dust on it, whatever the fuck that means. FPS Diesel, the intrepid YouTuber championing the banner for the She-Day Bisexual Fellowship. I want to beat this with the hammer in Minecraft. Yeah, it doesn't read well. Encountered this goblin luminary, whispered to crush watermelons effortlessly. Pros bringing out the large vernacular. Yeah, this seems useful for people who don't know how to do anything. Yeah. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Let me make it more fun. Let's make it more fun, chat. More fun. Yeah, it's like, eh. Change voice. Add new voice. Eh. Can't even be bothered. Bonus points, try another prompt. What if I tried to animate it? Oh, that's like womp womp. All right. Magic Studio. Okay, so that was Magic, right? Bring your ideas to life. Resize and effortlessly change the size and format of your designs. Magic Morph. Let's fine. Sure. Try Magic Morph. Select right. Milky lime white matte balloon. In the box in the left toolbar. Amogus. Oh my god, this is so slow. AI writing tools are useful for adding variety and long form writing, not snappy tools, yeah. No, they don't know what an amogus is. Alright, go back. Text what you are styling. Fucking... Come. Generate new results for the word come. Tell it to put the whole lyrics for Buddy Holly by Weezer. Man, I'm so glad that I just paid $15 a month to generate this. You know how fast I could have made this in Photoshop, guys? This would have taken no time to make in Photoshop. Oh, thank God I can make it embossed. That was it? It's like kind of unimpressive. I'd buy this shirt if you sold it. Wait, I gotta go back. Hey, cool.
Cloudy celebrates 12 months of membership. He coom.
Select the recommended style from the toolbar. Okay, I did something wrong. Select the recommended style. Ugh. Why was this so slow? Why does it look like that? Is that AI animation? It's just like... Is this AI animation? Because it really does just look like fucking... Like a Microsoft PowerPoint. Like, slide. Okay. Was that it? You've animated the entire presentation. Go to the next page to see for yourself. No, I didn't. Let's just play it. That's it? Why are they even saying this is AI? This could very easily not be AI, and they just threw it on as like a... Wife says yes. Like, that was boring. Text to image. Text to video. Try Magic Media. Click the video tab. A knight who is really annoying. There we go. Generate. We'll be ready in 1 to 2 minutes. That does not meet our policy. Who is really nice, guys. Who's really nice. I hate how AI like doesn't allow any like bad, like any negative either. Like life doesn't have negative fucking moments in it. Like motherfucker, like this whole like we're so nice, we're so nice, we're so fuck that. I don't like that. The cum report. Why won't this generate cum? Alright, guys, we'll be done any moment now. So that's the alien planet that it generated. This doo-doo ass AI art. Knight sitting in a chair, looking at a man and a woman laying in bed. If it didn't take so long, I would do another one, but honestly. Oh, it's powered by Runway AI. Aren't they the guys who stole a bunch of the YouTubers or whatever? The YouTube videos? Any moment now. Any moment now. Any moment now. Give me $15 and I'll draw you an annoying knight, no problem. Search up Inspirobot. I'm an artificial intelligence dedicated to generating a limited amount of unique inspirational quotes that endlessly enrich a pointless human existence. Sure. Give your time to slavery and individual. We cannot be honest about spying on each other. We can only be honest about reinventing ourselves. Okay. Street art begins with fortune. That's what makes it street art. Kenshi vibes. Boldness can be quite similar to getting arrested by consciousness. Did the AI video finish? Oh my god, it finished. Looks like shit. Like, it looks bad. Because when you, like, take a look at the stuff that needs to not look weird, like the knight's helm, his shoulders, his legs, the horse's legs, those all look wrong. The data scraping was reportedly performed by a non-profit called Eleuther AI, which says it helps developers train AI models for Apple and NVIDIA. Yeah, he's slowly warping at you. Like, what's the point? That was like a... Okay, unironically, okay, recently a bunch of quarterly reports went out for a bunch of companies, right? And they all fell short of expectations as a bunch of investors didn't like see any returns on the AI investments that were made. And I think that's unsurprising because a lot of AI stuff is honestly coming short of expectations, right? Like the sell is a lot stronger than the actual thing. Was there any other AI stuff here? I could see why a business would like get rid of a designer with stuff like this though, even though it's like stupid. Try magic design. Let's say I want to design a video for my company. Design a fucking mobile video. Ah, what the fuck? That's Cop doing the AI thing. I think he stopped that. Dog whistle ass video. Why? What's the point of putting that in this? What's the point of that? Why is this so loud? Company culture social post. What does that say about your company if its social post was designed by AI? What are some of the other AI tools here? Meet Magic Studio. Like this is what they think the video would make, but honestly, I do think that this video was probably made by a person. Diesel, you just scared the cat out of my bed. Magic design for videos. Try magic design for videos. There we go. It has my profile picture on this account. Let's say, can I put the knight there? I guess, sure. This is stupid. This is honestly really disappointingly boring. Unironically. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm team refund. Make sure let me make sure I'm not gonna get charged for this. AI cover him in oil. Cancel plan. Cancel. Let's see. Other. Cancel. Tell us why you're canceling. These AI tools are horrible, and you should be ashamed. This does not mean make them better. Throw them away and actually be a good tool for small business. And send. There we go. Yeah, you can use Canva for free, but Canva Pro is like the thing. Remove payment option. God. We completely got off topic from Shad. Diesel, why is there vitamin E in lemonade? Because it's at the end of the alphabet of the word lemonade. I don't know what I just said. That was complete nonsense. That just came out of my mouth. Diesel, why is there vitamin P? Spell vitamin. No, I was spelling lemonade at the end of lemonade. No. Ooh. Oh god. Okay, Grandpa, it's time for bed. All right, chat. You all have a wonderful night. I am going to stop streaming now. Spell vitamin. I can spell. I am literally Mishi. Mishi, you should go to bed. Actually. Spell Ica. Good night. Good night, chat.